The last time I talked about Nico Leonard, he was exposing Rick Ross for wearing a fake watch, claiming it was a one-of-one worth millions of dollars.
It's an AP that I'm rocking. Cool, it's the one that I referred to as lemon pepper. This is green stones.
That watch is fake, and to be honest, that saddens me. I am fuming. That's a fake watch. That's not a real watch.
How can you tell?
That watch was only produced twice, one in 37mm, one in 41mm. And I know both owners, and they're not Rick Ross.
And now he's taking a look at Drake's watch collection and discussing what's maybe Drake's biggest flex ever. But I'm Jew, welcome to the channel. Please like and share the video. Don't forget to sub. Now, let's get into it.
Today I'm gonna react to Drake's watch collection. Every time I see a photo of Drake, I see him wearing a real watch. That's different with Rick Ross though. Fake Ross, sorry.
Oh, the mirror.
By the way, if you ever heard of Rick Ross is the one that wears the fake watches, yeah? I genuinely believe that Drake's watch collection is worth more than Rick Ross's net worth.
Drake needs to feature Nico in his next diss because he is not letting up on Rick Ross. In case you missed it, he called out Rick Ross for wearing a fake or replica watch. And of course Rose didn't like that, so they got in a hilarious back and forth.
Rick Ross, bro, I just made a video about your insane green AP. Unfortunately, it's fake. Why are you flaunting fake watches? There's only one of these watches in the world in 41mm, and there's another one in 37. There's more coming in the future, but because of the complexity and the difficulty to find these stones, there's currently only one in the world. Can you explain me this, Rick Ross? Why is there a photo here with my name, Nico Leonard, and the photo of that exact watch? That's the real deal? And you have a fake. The real owner sent me this photo, and you have a fake watch. Why are you flaunting and saying that that watch is worth 3.25 million, mate? I thought you had to be an example for the youth, etc. Mate, load of balls, get your act together. This is pathetic, mate.
But of course, Ricky Rose responded how only Rick Ross could.
Speaking on Rick Ross and his Audemir. It's unbelievable, isn't it, fat guy, little piglet? Oh, those emeralds are so rare. Would be so hard for a black man to obtain such a rare timepiece of the simple feat for a boss. Now stay out of grown folks' business, little piglet. Get out of that one cubicle office and go and see the world. You on Rose dick, and that was a simple feat. Ain't no money, huh? Audemir. Come on, Piglet. Piglet.
Redemption, ladies and gentlemen. 5740. First ever perpetual calendar in a Patek Philippe sports watch. Let me explain. In 1976, they introduced a sports line called the Nautilus. That's this watch. Patek Philippe is famous for their perpetual calendar. Solid white gold. Absolutely love that watch. Today's value, I think you should be thinking at least $200,000.
It's insane how much these plain Jane watches made by legacy watchmakers cost and hold up in value. It just goes to show you that all the bust down flooded jewelry that a lot of entertainers and rappers wear is really just trash and not at all worth what they're getting charged for it.
Four duffels.
My Christmas money.
4 duffels full.
My Christmas money.
It was pockets, now it's duffels.
I like that.
On top of that, they're probably not even able to sell them for anything close to what they paid for them.
Yeah, I never understood this watch. For man, it's a really this is like girly, yeah? This is the girly day. This is a watch that girls should wear oversized. And I think Drake bought this for a girl, but the girl broke up and now he wears it himself.
Drake is 100% the type of guy that'll buy a watch for a girl and then wear it himself after the breakup.
W's in the shot. W's in the shot.
Is he a streamer now?
This is my alter ego. Anita McSween. Anita McSween.
That watch is insane. The rose gold rainbow Daytona. The perfect setting of stones in any watch ever. It's still worth $500,000. It's insane, that watch.
Now, you know, if Nico Leonard, the watch expert, gets hype about a watch, then it's legit. I'm trying to think back to the Rick Ross video, and I don't really remember him getting excited over any watch that Rick Ross had or really bigging up anything from his collection too much. But I do remember him showing a lot of love and respect to Kevin Hart's watch collection.
white ceramic then, Perpetual Calendar, why not?
Went through a Richard Mille phase as well. So it was like,
R29.
I had my knowledge and I had the wheelhouse that I wanted to be in. The rose gold, and they had like the rubber, the band on them, right? And I was like, this is the watch.
I loved that watch. It's reference number 25940. What an incredible watch that was. Me.
Again, which were a lot of watches by legacy watchmakers, factory set, no modifications, and barely anything with diamonds in it. Just worth a lot of money and holding a lot of value and respect.
I got one Virgil, got one, and that there's the only two.
Right, let me explain a really important fact. This Patek Philippe is custom. Aftermarket/custom, but not fake. And let me use our good friend Rick Ross as an example. But Rick Ross has a watch that directly replicates and directly resembles one of the rarest Audemars Piguets ever created. The watch that Rick Ross has is a replica. So that's not aftermarket, that's fake. And the case and the bracelet and everything is not made by Audemars Piguet. This is a watch that is completely designed by a designer called Virgil. He was the main designer of Louis Vuitton. He was the main guy behind Off-White, I believe. Unfortunately, he passed away in November 2021. But this is what we call an aftermarket piece, not just an aftermarket piece, a custom piece. Because it doesn't replicate anything, it doesn't resemble anything, it doesn't try to be something it isn't. Virgil had 2 of these watches produced. One was gifted to Drake. We call this the Patek Philippe Nautilus Virgil. PVD coated the case. It looks like an aftermarket bracelet. Treated the existing dial, set it with stones. I know a lot of jewelers have replicated this exact watch and sell them for $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. If Drake's watch or Virgil's watch would go to auction, would it fetch millions? Absolutely. Absolutely, because of the provenance of Virgil.
That has to be the biggest flex ever. You have one of only 2 watches ever made, designed by Virgil Abloh, gifted to you before he passed. And that watch is now worth millions. And I'm sure the value will only continue to increase over time, just based on its rarity and of course Virgil passing. So I think the lesson for all of us out there, if we decide to invest in an actual watch collection, is to buy nice quality pieces from respected brands without all the bullshit aftermarket modifications. But thanks for watching. Y'all let me know in the comments. Is the Virgil Patek Philippe Drake's biggest flex ever? And does Drake have the best watch collection in the rap game? Also, if you want to become a channel member, click the join button below. Make sure you check out the next video, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.